Hey y'all, it's Jasmil, and today we're gonna get ready with me, and we're gonna do a look featuring the Reezy palette. I tried to film this last week when I got it, but one of the eyeshadows like shattered all over the floor because I blew on it because there was like a little bit of fallout. And it was just so fragile, so I had to return it. And even though I used the palette that day and I do have a mini Instagram makeup tutorial using it, I was just so like shocked that the eyeshadow had fallen all over the place. I just think it's so beautiful. I've never had an ABH palette before. I've never had one of her palettes before, and that's why I felt like when I went to Ulta and I saw this, I really wanted to get it. I wanted to get it just because these shadows pay off a lot. I just wanted to also update you guys on my life, so I'm gonna start transitioning with these shades right here and maybe darken it up with the darker browns and then go in with like the gold and the bronze. And let's just have a little talk through. So last Thursday I quit my job, my temp part-time front desk job at this bank in Boston. I had it for over a year. This was when, if you've been following me for a while, I went to Colombia in 2018 and I quit my accounting job. And also I did a video on why I left my accounting job and why I want to leave corporate America and why I want to work for myself and everything. But obviously when you're like working on your projects and working on your creative hobbies and outlets, you do need to have money coming in and coming through. You see how little I just put and how much pigment is already showing? So that's why I got this admin, office assistant, front desk, weird kind of job. And after a month I wanted to quit because this lady that works in the office is so mean, so rude, so manipulative, so sneaky, so everything. I just never have met a person like her in my life. She's such a bully, like a grown-up bully to strangers, to people that you don't even know, the people that you work with. You know, you don't have to be best friends with everyone, but to be a bully and to look down on people and to treat them differently than you do other people and be so rude, so crass, so unhelpful, so negative, so complainatory. Is that a word? She was just evil, and she walked around like she was a great Christian woman and she doesn't gossip and she doesn't do anything to anyone. And I wanted to leave after a month, but obviously it was an easy ass job. I did practically nothing. I could get everything done in like 30 minutes and do some other things throughout the day. But for the most part, I was sitting down on the desk, on my phone. I was working on my Instagram, working on my other projects, on my other side hustles. So that was like a pro of the job. And even though she was miserable, I just tried my best to ignore her or just deal with it. And she would try to say that she isn't like that, and she isn't trying to be aggressive or unapproachable. And she would just try to like gaslight the situation and manipulate the situation and take control of the situation. So at the end, it would always make me feel like, okay, then she isn't that bad. I can have a normal-ish relationship with her. I can be cordial to her and not ignore her and not. I just thought that things would get better after, you know, talking it over and her saying that she didn't mean to be like that, but it would always go back to her being a complete bitch. And she was so rude to certain people, but then she would be so fake and so insincere in other situations. And she would have so many weird like control issues and be so anal about certain things that don't matter at all. She literally took so many things so seriously. Yeah, she was horrible. And I've been trying to look for other like opportunities, but yeah, the job market is competitive. Something that I would be able to do and that I want to do is social media marketing at a nice company. They only care about formal experience, not personal experience. And there's also a lot of competition, and also the industries are mostly education, finance, law, real estate, health. Like, it was just boring industries. I really would love to do something in the beauty or health and food industry. Even though I don't advise anyone to quit without having another opportunity, I was looking for other jobs, other positions, but I just had this feeling that she was gonna fire me anyways. Maybe she just got over the fact that I did not like her, because obviously she doesn't like me either, and there was still a lot of tension. So I feel like she was gonna replace me anyways, even though I've been doing this job for a year. She was interviewing someone, and the only people that she interviews are for my position. And I was just like, that day, I was just like, no, I'm not gonna give her the benefit and the opportunity to fire me when I've put up with her shit for the past year, put up with her negativity, toxicity, her draining, aggressive energy. She literally appears in my dreams and haunts me, and I was just not going to give her that satisfaction. So that whole day, I applied to 3 other positions. I still don't know if I got them. And I looked at my finances. I have tax money coming in, and I do work for another business handling their social media, their Instagram. And she was so rude that day. And so at the end of my shift, I put my badge on the desk and I went up to her and I said, I'm leaving my badge here today. This is my last day, I'm quitting. And she was like, oh, that's great, or something like that. I don't even remember what she said, because in that moment I was so, like, I'm the kind of person that, like, yeah, with my friends and everyone that's close to me and that I know on a personal level, I'm able to speak my mind and say what's in my heart, and I guess confront people. But I still do have problems with confrontation, especially with people I don't know in the outside world. It just terrifies me, the idea of confronting someone and not knowing their reaction. And if they intimidate me and they already have a strong personality, it just scares me to like go up one-on-one with them verbally, because I'm also not amazing with my words and I stutter a lot and I get really nervous. So that was really huge for me and hard for me. And I was sweating, my heart was beating really fast, I was so nervous, I was shaking. But I told her that, and she said, that's great. And then she looked down and she didn't even look at me, but she was like, God bless, like in a very arrogant, rude tone, because again, she thinks that she's this almighty, professional, great, amazing, like higher person, and she treats other people like shit. And she gets so annoyed and so bothered by people, because she doesn't have people skills. She's not a people person. She's so fake. She's so she's such a loner. She's so annoying. So she doesn't have people skills at all, but she just fakes it. And she's like in her 50s. So she was just like, God bless. And then I started walking and still talking. Like, I still was looking at her, because even though I was nervous and shaking, I wanted to look at her and everything, that she wasn't looking at me. I was like, I'm so happy that I never get to see your face again. And she was just still not looking at me, like still ignoring me. Even though I thought that she was gonna be looking at me more, because again, she is the one that usually confronts the situation and tries to take over and tries to dominate. And then I kept walking to the door and I said, goodbye, evil bitch, and left. And I was so happy. The whole day I was also telling my coworkers that like me, that I was quitting and this might be the last day that they see me. Even though it's not professional, I am not using them in my resume because it was such a low position. Okay, so now that we're done with that long story, and I've kind of built up these crease transition colors, I'm gonna go in with, see how Gemini looks. I also bought the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill brush collection. It comes with 9, maybe 10, I might be missing something, but they're pretty good. But a lot of the crease brushes are really big. I wish they were a little bit smaller, but they do have some smaller, pointier brushes. And they do have this small like precision flat brush, which I really like as well. It's again one of those pressed glitters, so it's actually very fragile. I'm gonna take my finger and see if it's a little bit more better payoff. Yeah, I think the payoff was pretty good with the finger. But yeah, all in all, to continue and wrap up that story and what's going on with my life, I feel like I'm not, even though I am getting a little bit older and I could be in a better position in my life financially and I guess secure with a regular basic job, I'm not regretful or sad about any of the decisions that I've made for the past 4 years, because first of all, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have, and I wouldn't be happy and I'll just keep learning day by day. And hopefully when I have kids, I'll be very, very secure and wealthy and free with the lifestyle that I've built, that they'll be able to learn from me and learn very young and very early to go after the lifestyle they want. I freaking love these eyebrow pencils from Wet n Wild. They are called the retractable brow pencil. This one is medium brown and it has the spoolie on one side and it has the pencil on the other, and it's just so easy. It's so easy to fill it in. It lasts a long time. It's not too dark. It's not too creamy. It's not too thick. It's not too sharp. It's just really, really nice. I actually have a sample here from Sephora. This is the Farsali. I think it's the blur, the liquid glass blurring thing. And then I also have from Sephora with the 100 points that you're able to, you know, purchase at the checkout. I have this Bobbi Brown base, and I remember I loved it so much. It's like a cream, but it's for before your makeup, and it just makes your makeup look great and it makes your skin feel great. So I'm gonna go in with that too. It's very thick and luxurious. Now I'm gonna go in with this Fenty Beauty sample. This is the hydrating foundation, and I just went into Sephora and got a sample because I really wanted to try it out. This is the number 445. It smells kind of good. It matches really well. And then I just purchased this from Ulta. This is the Juvia's Place concealer number 13. And then this is the Morphe Beauty Sponge. It kind of reminds me of the Real Techniques, but I feel like the people love the Real Techniques sponge, but for me it's really, really stiff, and this one is a little bit more softer. And then the Beauty Blender is too soft. I don't like it. I don't like the Beauty Blender. It's too soft and it leaves my face a bit streaky. I'm gonna use a bit of the flour powder from BeautyBakerie. This is the best powder that I've used for baking. I feel like it's very, very translucent. It doesn't leave like a crazy white cast like other powders. And it's also really, really soft and not as drying. And I really, really like it. I'm gonna do a little line down here just to pop out the cheeks a little bit more. So that's pretty much it. I don't like powdering my forehead too much because my forehead is very normal, and if I powder it too much then it becomes a bit too dry, and because I'm starting to get like the forehead expression lines and wrinkles, it'll just crease too much. So I don't like doing that. I like just either cream contouring and then setting it with a regular contour powder or bronzer, or just go right into the bronzer. I'm just gonna go right into the bronzer and contour. This is from Clove&Hallow. It's called Bora Bora. It's a bronzing powder. And I'm just gonna stamp it on a bit on my forehead, on the outer part, with this e.l.f. brush. This e.l.f. line, the like clear handle white brushes. They're really, really nice and high quality. I'll like take this side, the pointier side, and I'm just like making kind of like a line. And then I'll just stamp it upwards to meet my forehead and my temples. I kind of like doing this too to further outline my jaws. Sleek Makeup Lush palette, so pretty. And dust off the excess. Pixie Highlight Duo right here. It's so beautiful, this highlight duo. It's very creamy, it's very shimmery, it's very beautiful. I take this Eco Tools fan brush and mix both of them and just go in. I'm gonna go back into the palette, and this Barb's color right here is like this iridescent pinky, like light pinky, light baby blue, light baby green. Like it just has a lot of different iridescence. Take a little bit of the two browns, New Yorker and OG, and just buff it out down here. Could do a liner. I bought this eyeliner two-timer from NYX. It has a felt tip and an eyeliner pencil, but the felt tip is kind of like annoying to use. So I'll just take a little bit of the black pencil. It's my first time using it actually. And I'm just gonna do a tiny little drawn in line, and I'll just smudge it. Synthetic pointy brush, and I'm just gonna smudge it a bit. This is the Pixie Glow Mist. Bring life back into your face after powdering it so much. I'm just gonna put some falsies just so we can be extra and look really cute and done up. Hi! Look who wants to make an appearance, my beautiful Coco. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay, now I need to blend them in a little, so I'm just putting very light mascara on my real lashes to blend them in with the falsies. It does make a huge difference. And then because I got a little bit of black on the lid, I'm gonna try to take some of that same glitter to cover it up. And the eye look is done. I hope you can see it. I really need to get a new lens because my lens is so annoying. I want it to be more crisp and more HD. I'm feeling a red look today, so it can match with my red shirt. So I'm gonna take this old Ririwoo lipstick. I haven't upgraded to her Mademoiselle Red, but that formula isn't like my favorite. But also I want to try her lip stunners, the liquid ones, but I just haven't bought them yet. Shit, that's the look, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and to watch my other videos. Thank you very much for supporting this channel and for helping me grow.